Hello, hello, everyone. I'm here. I cannot at the moment see how many are here. Because I'm going through StreamYard, so it doesn't show me that information. Oh, yeah, it does. There it is. I see it. 2 of you viewing. Hello. I'm a little discombobulated tonight. I can't find my glasses. Yeah, Hank, I can't find my glasses. Do you know what you did with them? I know you did something with them. So it's been a week, y'all. The last weekend of October already. Halloween is in a couple of days. And nothing happens around here at Halloween, so it's just another day around here. I'm pretty sure my son and his family up there have a lot of decorations out. They always do every year for Halloween. But hey Diane. But yeah, nobody here. I don't get trick or treaters, nothing like that. So I'm just gonna probably, more than likely, I'll probably be playing Call of Duty or I don't know something. But I'll be here at the house Tuesday night. That's my payday, so. I don't have a very Halloween themed painting here. I'm still working on the Hank Custom, so it's not a very Halloweenish. I don't know. It is not Halloween adjacent. The cats are okay, Diane. Um, Hank is a little mad at me, but he doesn't know that I have what ails him. He just he's just gonna have to wait until later. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Hank. Um, I've been broke the past, I don't know, 3, 4 days, like flat broke, that nothing to spend type broke, and I ran out of GOOD FOOD, and I had none here for him last night or the night before. Yeah, I know. And I go to give them treats, and he doesn't want those. Not even at the regular times during the day. He turns his nose up at them. I know what he wants because he's always bugging me. But I had to keep telling him, I don't have any. I'm out, buddy. I mean, we got to wait till I get paid. Well, then I realized that I remembered that I had some money stashed away somewhere online, and I went and got it. And I was able to go to the store and buy some today. He just doesn't know it yet. So tonight, when I get done with the live, he's going to find out that I got some. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. You hear me, but you don't even know what I'm talking about, huh? No, you don't. You hear him talking back to me? Aria, hey, what are you doing? But I had some cube steaks in the freezer, and earlier this week, one of my customers gave me While I was spraying his house, he was out in his garden picking me a 5-pound bag of jalapenos straight out of the garden. And then on top of that, he grabbed 3 eggplants, which I had never cooked an eggplant in my entire life, so I didn't know what to do with it. So I had to go looking online for recipes. And I found an awesome deep fried eggplant recipe and sliced it up into slices and breaded it and deep fried it. Oh, that was so good. I just got done eating some before I went live. And then I took those cube steaks and I threw them out on the grill. Believe it or not, grilled cube steaks are really good. I was going to do country fried steak, but I didn't have enough eggs to do the 3 eggplants and all those, like, I think there was like 6 cube steaks there. And I just didn't have enough breading to do that. So I just did the eggplants and I grilled the cube steaks, and they were really good. That's what I had for dinner last night and leftovers tonight. Hank, what are you doing, buddy? What you doing? I've got to find my glasses, y'all. I have no idea where they disappeared to. And I don't remember wearing them to work. You don't know. I don't remember wearing them to work on Friday, but I might have. They might be out in my truck. I don't know. Or maybe they're out here on the kitchen counter, because I know I took them off one day and laid them on the kitchen counter, and that's where they stayed. Nope. That is not where my glasses are. They are not in the kitchen counter. They are not over here on my desk anywhere on either one. Oh, if I were my glasses, where would I be? They're not on my head. Okay. Eggplant is great. Yes, I didn't realize it. You soak it in water for about 3 hours before you cook it. To get, there's some kind of taste that it gets if you don't. So I soaked it in water, and I peeled it and sliced it up. I sliced it up long ways instead of across ways. Like, I didn't slice across the eggplant. I sliced it like long ways. So I had like these really big wide slices. And oh, that was so good. To me, it reminded me more of like fried green tomatoes, to be honest with you. If I had to place a flavor to fried eggplant, was fried green tomatoes. Oh, my glasses. Where are you? I can't even find those readers that I've been wearing. That's so odd. Where did they go? Ah, are they here? Did I lay them there? No. Are they in the bathroom? They were in the bathroom, on the bathroom counter. I took them off the other morning. I put them on to do my paperwork, and then I had to go shave for work, and I took them off when I started to shave, and that's where they were. They were laying on the bathroom counter. Ha ha. So, y'all, I think things at work are about to get much, much better than what they have been. It's gotten better. Like this month, I am going to finish my route completely. Everything that I have left is scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. Everything that all the customers that I could not reach out to and get a hold of that never returned my calls or anything else, they all got a visit on Saturday. I went and worked Saturday, had about 6 stops. went and visited all those customers that never got in touch with me. And some of them I did the house, some of them had a balance, so I can't do their house. And so I got that all resolved. And everything else that I've got left for the month is already scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. So I'm actually going to finish my route this month on time and with only 3 skips that I know of. And those are 2 of those are for balance due, and one of those is because the customer requested it. I called to set up the schedule. She said, I don't want it this month. And I said, well, you gotta, if you skip again, we got to cancel your account. We can always combine do the outside. You're just as protected as the inside. No, I know that. I don't want it. Okay. All right. You said so. I tried to save it. So we had a guy who was injured. He got injured back in May. He stepped in a hole while wearing a backpack sprayer, a heavy, full of water, 4 gallons. And he tore some stuff in his leg, and he had to be out of work, had to have surgery done. Well, he just got the clearance to come back to work this past week. And he came back on a limited role last week. He came back on a limited role, just working the phone. So he was helping us schedule. So he was helping do my schedule too. He helped me out a lot and got a lot of things scheduled for me that I didn't have yet. And then he went to the doctor on Wednesday, I think. And the doctor cleared him to go back to work full duty. Said, there's not really much else I can do for you. I know it hurts. I know it wasn't ideal the way we had to do it because workman's comp wouldn't cover some of the stuff. He said, but there's really not much else I can do for you. So he's cleared him to go back to work. And so he took his route back over. Well, he took a route over. We had one guy quit last week. So he took the guy who quits route. And he's working that. And then the boss had already hired somebody or had interviewed and done the pre-hire stuff for another new guy to take place of the guy that was quitting anyway. So he's going to hire him, and that means we have one too many techs. So he came to me and he says, Dave, I want to offer it to you. It's a promotion of sorts. Would you like to take it? And I said, well, what is it? He says, it's renewals. I said, what is renewals? He says, people that have Centricon for termites, they have to have an annual house inspection in order to renew their agreement for the Centricon every year. It's kind of a law thing you have to do. He says, and you'd be going out doing home inspections instead of spraying houses. You'd be just inspecting them for termite damage. And I'm like, how much does it pay? He says, about the same as what you're already making, maybe a little bit less than what you're already making, but you have a better opportunity for sales. So you get 15% of everything you sell. It still probably is going to be a pay cut in a way because as a tech, I was selling a lot. But as a tech, I got 15% of what I sold. And then when I went and did the service, I got 26% of the service. So I was double dipping on those sales. And I was making pretty decent money. So it may be a pay cut, but the perks are I don't have to call and schedule people anymore. That's already done for me. The job is much easier. The worst part of it is if they have a crawl space, I've got to crawl into the crawl space and take some moisture readings and look for termite damage. But that's, I'm not scared of crawl spaces. Don't bother me none. But yeah, that's the new job coming up. I should start it in December. They've got to get the new guy in, get him trained, and he's got a month of training to do before he can take over a route. So I've still got to run this route for November at least, and then when he's ready to take it over, I move over to renewals. Yeah, it's kind of a congratulations, I guess. I mean, it's going to be an easier job, so I'll take it. I just have to work harder trying to sell stuff to people. But I mean, at least it's not like it was. I don't have to worry about scheduling. I don't have to worry about stressing out whether I'm going to finish my route this month, or whether a customer's going to call and complain that I didn't do this or didn't do that or did this different way than they wanted, or I don't have to worry about going through a house having a customer constantly following around going, are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? All I got to do is inspect and tell the customer what I found and make documentation of what I found and move on and go do the next one. It's still production based as far as commission goes. Like, I still get percentage of each, because we have to charge the customer for each of those inspections. So a regular residential house is $250 inspection fee to go out and inspect it for termite damage every year. So that's kind of the renewal fee for having Centricon. And so I get, in this case, I get 6% of the 250. But, if I do 10, 12 stops a day, I should have no problem. And we're backlogged right now with renewals. They're still working on 2022 renewals. So there's plenty of work to do. All I got to do is go do it. I can pretty much set my own paycheck. Hey, Dreamer, how many houses do I do in a day? With pest control, I can do up to 12 a day. That's about the most I've ever done in one day, except for, like, I have one neighborhood. In fact, I got to do them in November. It's 66 houses in that neighborhood, and they all get outside only done. And I typically do about 30 a day, 30 to 33 a day. And then I go back and do the other 33 on another. I do them on Saturdays. I'll go in on a Saturday and do 33 of them, and then go back another Saturday and do another 33. The guy who got injured used to do that one, and he used to split it with another tech. Another tech would come and help him, and they'd split the money. And I'd be like, but I was able to do it all in, like, myself. And he came back, and he thinks that I'm just going to ask him to help me do it. Which, granted, he was out of work for a while, and he's hurting for money. But at the same time, I'm hurting for money too. And that's $55 a house that I get 26% of if I do it by myself. But I think he just assumes that he's helping me, and I never really said yes or no to it. He offered it, and I never really answered. But then he came up in the morning meeting and said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to help Dave with the Grove." Might want to rethink that. Oh, awesome, Dreamer. That's cool. I mean, I know dude is upset that he lost that account, because that's an easy money day. That's easy money. $55 a house, and there's 66 houses, and you get 26% of that. If I split the two pay periods and I do I do half in one pay period and half in the other, I get two nice checks back to back. And I can keep it all for myself and not split it for anybody else. So I don't know. Should I be that cutthroat, or because he's been out for so long and he's only been making 60% of his paycheck for the last however many months and all that, or should I be nice and just say, yeah, you can come help me with it, because it's the last chance I ever get to do it. So I won't have that opportunity to get that big of a paycheck again. Dreamer, he got injured back in May while he was spraying a house. He had a backpack sprayer on, stepped in a hole that he didn't know was there, because when they cut the grass, they just cut the grass even, the grass over the hole or in the hole at the same height as the regular yard grass, so it kind of hid the hole, and he stepped in it, and he tore a bunch of, like, ligaments and everything else in his knee and his leg, and He's been out of work since May. Work, collecting workman's comp, which it only pays 60% of your paycheck, of your average paycheck. They go back and look at they go back and look at like one or two pay periods, and then they average that out as to how much you make per pay period or whatever. Or they look at the last 6 weeks or something, or last 6 pay periods or whatever, and then average it out as to what you make a year. And so that's what you get paid based on 60% of. Aussie Collection, hello. My goodness, I haven't seen you in a while. Well, picking cat hair out again. I swear I spent half my life picking cat hair out of the damn painting. Yeah, I know that, Dreamer. I mean, I know that it's not my fault of what happened to him, but they handed me his old route. Well, part of his old route. I mean, everybody got parts of his old route. They kind of got split up amongst all of us. But I'm the one that ended up with the Grove, which, like what he used to do is that there was another tech that worked here with him before I did. And even for the first few months after I started, that other tech worked with us. And him and that other tech would get together on one Saturday a month. And they would go do the entire place in one Saturday. And I just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I feel like splitting that money or not. I mean, it would mean I'd only have to work one Saturday instead of 2 this month. But, man, I don't know, man. I hate giving out that kind of money. But if they end up signing the agreement for the fire ant service, one-time fire ant service that I tried to sell to them, if they end up signing that agreement, I'm doing that by myself. That's $3,500 service. And I get 15% of the sale and 26% of the service. Oh, Debbie, no, I'm not. I've worked on this section for the last 3 lives. 3 or 4. And I'm only 13 colors in. And I've still got a few of these. I thought I had finished them, but I still got a few of this color left to do. No, I'm not making any progress at all. I mean, overall, since the day I started it, yes, I'm making a ton of progress. I started it in 2019, and that's all I've got left. But at the rate I'm going now, I won't be finished with it until about 2025 sometime. Which is a long time for a 50 by 75. Then I got to go back and fill in all the ones where there's some. You can see where some of the drills are missing here and here, here, and there's some missing over here on the front side along the edge here. Oh, somebody just yelled something outside. I don't know what that was about. But yeah, it'll be nice to, be able to not have to worry about coming home every night and calling folks and trying to deal with figuring out a schedule. Yeah, I could see that too. Yeah, Dreamer. I mean, I, uh, why do I have such a conscience? This is why I would never be good as a big businessman, like, a CEO or anything, because I am just not cutthroat enough. Um, no, because he was always the one asking the other tech to help him do it every month because he didn't want to do all that work. But it's really not that much work. It's kind of time consuming, but I could do two houses in 10 minutes, you know, maybe 15 at the most to do two houses. And so there's 66 houses. So you go figure, 30, 30 times, you know, 30 times a quarter of an hour. How many hours do you have? Um, 2, 3, 4. So 30 divided by 4 is 8. So I can do 8 houses an hour. Or do 8 pairs of houses an hour, or 4 pairs of houses an hour, 8 houses. About 7 hours, 8 hours. Hello, hello, Terry. How are you? So yeah, somewhere around there. I can do it all by myself in 8 hours if I start early in the morning, get out there, knock it out, be done like 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the evening, come home, be done on Friday, one Saturday, and have 66 of my stops done for for the month. Because otherwise, I've only got about 150 stops for the month. And not counting that place. And I have 19 working days to do it in. So that should be easy to finish my route, even doing that by myself on a Saturday or taking 2 Saturdays, work 4 hours each Saturday and get it done. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know. I'll talk to the boss and see what he has to say. I mean, he'll probably, my boss is the kind of guy, I mean, okay, don't get me wrong, my boss can be a jerk as a boss when he has to be. And he's had to be with me several times. So, you know, but also my boss is one of the nicest men you'd ever want to meet. If you talk to him away from work, him and I could hang out and bullshit and have a good time. He's a really, really cool guy. And there's times at work that when I show back up at the office to fill my water tank up or whatever, he comes out to smoke, and him and I'll stand there and talk, and just, it doesn't feel like a boss and employee interaction at all. So my boss is a really nice guy, and he's got a huge heart. If he didn't have a huge heart, I wouldn't still be here at this job. But he'll probably say, you know what, you should let him help you because he needs the money. I know that's what Tony would say, but I'm going to talk to him anyway, just to feel it out, to have him. He'll probably either say, maybe you should let him help because he needs the money. He's been out of work for months. Or he's going to say, that's just something you have to decide. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what I was trying to hope not to have to do. Oh, it's number 2. I don't believe I have any of those in this section, which is really surprising being what color it is. Huh. I do not have any of those in this section. I do have a bunch of that one. Oh, that's why, because that's in the center of his ear. See, this is the back side of his ear going up. This is like the inner part of his ear where the light's shining through. That's why I don't have any of that color. I get that, Dreamer. I really do. It's just hard for me to do that because I've been raised that, I guess I have too big of a heart. I really do. And sometimes that gets me in trouble. It always gets me in trouble. Um, it's hard for me to look at somebody else's situation and knowing they're in a bad spot and knowing that I have the power to help them and not do it. It's hard for me to do. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm going to survive regardless, whether I let him take half the money or not. I'm going to survive. I'm going to make it. It'll just be a little bit harder. Yeah, well, he's a dreamer. He's a single guy, lives by himself, like me. It's not like he has a wife and kids and all of that. No, he lives by himself like me. He doesn't have anybody else there to. I mean, he's got a brother In fact, I sprayed his brother's house while he was out. Um, he normally used to always do his brother's house, but since he was out and didn't work, I ended up getting assigned it. You think I've already answered my question, Sherry? I don't think I have because I'm still like torn. I really am. I feel for him, and I understand what he's going through because I've been there, and it's really hard for me having been where he's at to say, nope, you can't take half this money that I'm going to make if I do this by myself because I know how badly he needs it. He probably needs it right now worse than I do, to be honest with you. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, and I just, I feel like I'm the world's biggest dick if I say no. You know? No, he's not out of a job, but I see where you're coming from there on that, though. No, there's no way he's gonna be out of a job because the route he took over. Well, they done going to rearrange the routes again, but the route that he took over um, this past month had 200 and some stops on it. So he's taking over what was the biggest route in the company, but it isn't the biggest route in the company anymore. Just about everybody is now equal with the number of stops, and it's right around 150 every each person has. Because see, when I started, I had that route. I think they do that to new people on purpose. I really do. Um, I started a new route. Like I came out of training 6 days into the month of March. So I didn't take the route over until 6 days into the month. So that's 6 days that I did not have to work on that route and get it done by the end of the month, right? So March 6th, I took that route over and it had 220 some stops on it. And I was already 6 days short of time to do it in. And of course, if you don't get it all done, you get talked to about it. You need to get your route done. Well, you handed me a brand new person who's never done this before, 220 stop route with 6 days less to do it than everybody else had to do their smaller routes. So, are you surprised it's not done yet? And when the other guy that quit, um, when the other guy that quit, his last month, he had 220. Well, when he got out of training, they handed him a route with like 200 and some stops on it as well. And they really got upset when he didn't finish it that month. And it started a whole little thing. Our kind of our text motto now is what it is, because when the boss was getting on to him in front of everybody at the meeting for not having his route most of the way done, he looked at the boss and he said, "It is what it is." And everybody was just kind of shocked because it's like nobody has like stood up to the boss that way before, and the boss didn't like it either. He was kind of upset about it, and but it's like I went out and told him when we were out later, me and the tech, I was like, man, they did the same thing to me. They handed me this huge route to do on my first month, and I didn't even have a whole month to do it in, and they got on me when I didn't finish it all. He said, I ain't. He said, I ain't the one. I'm like, obviously not. Ugh. Y'all, I am killing it on Call of Duty. I It's kind of funny. Our clan is set up in tiers. You have, tier one is like the best of the best people. They're like the pros, right? And there's only a few of them. And then tier two is like, they're really, really good players, but they're just don't have that little extra edge they need to be the best. And then tier three, which is what I'm in, and I started out in tier three, is like everybody else. Now we do have a tier four, but that's for like kids of like uh, of clan members. We don't really expect them to do much as far as being very good or whatever. They're just still learning. They're just kids, so we let them be tier four. Um, I'm in tier three, and my tier three captain is one of my son's really good real life friends, and we kind of always hop in together with him. But he's been off quite a bit lately. He hasn't been logging in. He logged in the other day and he saw my rank in game. And he was like, "You're kidding me? Have I been gone that long?" I was like, "Well, it's been about a week since I seen you last." And he's, "Yeah, but you made 100 rank." I'm like, "Yeah, well." I just had my first public match win the other night. It was a free for all match where you're not split into teams. You're just against everybody. And it was my first public match win. I went and ran one map that usually takes three to a squad to go do, and I ran it by myself several times to get several different achievements done. Hello, Nana. I am working on the Hank Custom. I've been working on this little section right here, this little 10 by 10 section. I've been working on this now for 3 straight lives. Mainly because I don't diamond paint during the week anymore. So the only time I actually sit down and diamond paint is on Sunday nights when I'm live. Which, speaking of Sunday nights when I'm live, if I can get my airbrush and compressor back from somebody that I loaned it to, how would y'all think about, like, if I was to go live one night and be working on like building a model? Just out of curiosity. Because I kind of like to incorporate that a little bit because I've got so many models sitting up here in my stash that need to get done, along with all the diamond paintings that are in my stash that need to get done, plus all of the cross stitch patterns I have on my computer in my stash that need to get done. I've got some really cool cross stitch patterns though. Maybe, you know what? I can show you my cross stitch patterns. I forgot I'm in StreamYard now. um, Etsy. Do 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 do. Etsy official site. Do do do. Sign in. Sign in. And go to my purchases. All right, there we go. Look at that. Go to StreamYard, present, share screen, go to there, share, and go to add to stage. There we go. Look at there. Ha ha. Look at that. All right, go to my Etsy purchases. I have these cross stitch patterns. I have the Star Wars counted cross stitch pattern. If I open that up, does that show up on? I think that does. That shows up in StreamYard, does it not? Yes, it does. That is a cross stitch that I have pattern. I purchased that one. And then I purchased, this shop here had like a buy so many for one price that I bought all of those. This one here is going to be really fun to work on. Am I going to start having guests? I might, Nana. I don't know yet. I very well might. You never know. I've thought about it. But I used StreamYard that one night when I was showing off from my Smokies trip, my last Smokies trip, and I used StreamYard that night. And I said, you know what? I need to start using it more often. And I remembered it today when I was setting my live up. I was like, oh, I can do it through StreamYard. Because you never know when you want to share something. And then I got the caution cat at play. Uh-oh. That one's not showing up. Uh-oh. Yeah, they don't have that one anymore. But this page has all kinds of cool cross stitch patterns. I like that one. Another one with a cat that says I do what I want. Oh, I already bought that one. See that? I bought the earth one. And that's what it'll look like when it's finished. But from across the room, it won't look bad. I got the cat in the bathroom one. That's for the bathroom. You disrespect the cat, you disrespect the family. I like that one. And then I got Darth Vader half face. Now this one here is on 14 count or 16 count. And 14 count, it's 18 inches wide by 35 inches high, or centimeters, I'm sorry. That's 7 inches high by 14 inches wide. Of course, the smaller the count, the smaller the image turns out. But and then this one is just nuts. can tell you how many stitches it is here in just a little bit. I actually have all of these downloaded. Does it say it in the learn more about this item? It's 149. Like this one here is 26 colors, 149 stitches wide by 201 stitches high. It's going to turn out 10.63 inches by 14.3 inches. If I do it on 14 count, which that's mostly what I've been doing is 14 count stitches. I haven't done 16 yet. But I mostly work on 14 count. And then I got the rest of the Star Wars villains. I got Darth Maul. And then I got Kylo Ren. And I also bought a Jupiter. And, oh yeah. And this one here, maybe I should start on this one for, I will be doing the Christmas premieres again this year, y'all. So maybe I'll work on this during the Christmas premieres. Maybe that's what I'll do. I wonder, should I do it on black fabric? Or should, I think it actually has the black for the stitches. I'm not 100% for sure. There's no way to know. Let me see. Does it show any of the pattern? No, it does not. It does not show it. Okay. And then I got that one. Hank and Arya looking out the window at the snowman. And this one is 50 colors. It's 408 by 308 stitches. So it's big. There's a view of the pattern. Or like that. Oh, that's the kitty cat's eyes. Okay. So yeah, I think that one's going to turn out really nice. And stuff I got from my backpack. Shroom growing stuff. So yeah. Jennifer, every year, a bunch of us diamond painting community and crafting community in general, a bunch of us get together every year and we all record a 1-hour video and we set it as a premiere to start. Like, we have a schedule, like each one of us has our own time slot. So, and it's all being arranged in the background. And what we do is we each record an hour-long video, and then it plays. We set it to play during the time slot that we're told, as a premiere. So a premiere is a pre-recorded video that has a live chat during the first time the video is shown on YouTube. So what it's for is for like all of the people that don't have family at Christmas or have anywhere to go for Christmas. They can come on here and spend time with everybody else. And so what we do is it all goes into a playlist. So when this person's video ends, it goes right to the next person's in line. So it automatically just takes you right over to it. So you can just start on the playlist on the first day. It starts, I think, Christmas Eve, like at night, like the morning of Christmas Eve. And it works all the way through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And I don't know if we're doing the day after or not. I don't think so, but I may be wrong. I know that I have Christmas and the day after. But typically we do it for, 48 hours. For 48 hours straight, there's somebody premiering a video in the community, and it's all in a playlist. So it's just a really neat, it's a lot of fun. This is the 4th year we've done it. I've been a part of it since the very first one. Thank you, Nana. And it's been wonderful. I mean, we have a great time with it. Okay, thank you, Nana. I was not sure of that. I know I'm in the chat for it, and I've already signed up and everything, but I know the hours that they always start it. Well, I'm not going to be the first one going, so somebody starts it. The organizing committee. I don't know what time the organizing committee has set as the very beginning. Okay. We sign up. There's a chat we can add you to, Dreamer, on Facebook. And there's a Google form you have to fill out. Oh, Tia usually starts it. Okay. I know that when Pippa ran it, Pippa and Tia, I think, really is ones that started it. Or Pippa took over organizing anyway. But she backed out of it a couple years ago, and Crashly organized it last year. I will do, Dreamer. I will add you. Let me go into it. Unless Nana gets to it before I do. Facebook, Messenger, Christmas premieres, and info, add a person, and type in. I know we're friends on Facebook. At least we were. I don't know which one you are. There's a bunch of them with your last name. Oh, okay. Nana got you. See, I told you. Oh, okay. That's why I didn't find you on the one I was looking for. Okay. Yeah, when you get in there, Dreamer, just scroll up and you'll find the link to the Google form you fill out. All you have to do is just remember to make it an hour. Actually, what I do with mine is I make it about 58 minutes. Um, that way it ends and there's like 2 minutes before the next person starts, the next person's video starts. So that way you're not bleeding over into the next time slot. Because what ends up happening is invariably somebody will make an hour-long video and it'll go like an hour and 15 seconds or something like that, or an hour and 1 minute. And then what happens is the playlist is set to switch over to the next video at the time the current one stops playing. Well, the other one has already started playing that it's going to switch to because it started on the hour. So I do a 58-minute video. That way everybody's got a chance to go take a potty break or grab something to drink or whatever before the next one starts. I just saw one that was not where it was supposed to be. Now I can't figure out where I saw. Oh, there it is. There, fixed it. But yeah, to anybody who hasn't experienced it yet, we have a lot of fun with it. Everybody does something a little different. Like some people will take you on a trip around their town looking at Christmas lights for an hour. Some people will do a Christmas diamond painting, or I forgot who it was. Was it Shay last year that did the what's the name of the company that has you can buy the kits of all the little diamond paintings that are all themed. Somebody unboxed one of those and did one or two of them during her premiere. Just something like that. I mean, we've had all kinds. We had one year there was a creator that was from like the Virgin Islands, and her whole hour was detailing how Christmas is celebrated there versus the way it is over here and whatever. It was eye opening. We had one that was from Germany, and she took us around to all of the German Christmas festivals, like where they have like little markets set up and little, just it was beautiful. It was what you think of when you think of Christmas. Paint Gem, that's the one, Santa. Thank you. Yeah, like I think it was either Shay or somebody last year unboxed a Paint Gem Christmas set and worked on a couple of them, or worked on one during her hour. But it's just something to keep everybody that doesn't have anywhere else to go on Christmas or doesn't have family to be with or whatever, who may be spending the holidays alone. You don't have to spend it alone. You can just spend it with us in the live chats of all of the premieres. And we always have a fun time. Sometimes it's the only time you talk to some of these folks. It's there's so many people in the diamond painting community now, and they're all split up amongst so many different channels, and it's not like it was back when I started this one in 2019. there wasn't as many channels, and we all pretty much shared the same set of subscribers, and we all talked to one another. And now there's so many out there. I'm hearing of new diamond painting channels every day that I had never heard of. Somebody's like, "Oh, you've never heard of them? They've been around about a year now." No, I'm just now hearing about them. It's just like there are so many diamond painting channels, and sometimes it's the only time you see some of the people that you used to see on a regular basis, um, because they used to come hang out in the same lives as you or whatever. And now you don't see them because they don't hang out in those lives anymore. They hang out in this person's lives or this group of people's lives. Oh, it's always is, Jennifer. It's a blast. It just so happened that last year's Christmas premiere was my grand return to YouTube after being gone for a year. Because it was shortly after the Christmas premiere of 2021 that I uploaded my last video and did my last live. It was probably in January of 22, somewhere around there. It was the last time I did a live, maybe February. And then I didn't return again until Christmas premieres last year. PaintGem.com, that's them. I need to buy some. I need to buy something from Paint Gem and unbox it. And I like their little national park set they got. I mean, they're not super detailed, but they're cute. Do I have any of that color? I do not. I do not. Oh, I have some of that one. I almost don't even want to empty them into the tray because I just don't have enough to worry about doing it. So much confetti, y'all. So much confetti. That's why this one's taking me so long, because I get so tired of doing confetti that I have to take a break from it. Yeah, they are really expensive to be that small, but you get a bunch of them in one kit, though. That's kind of the upside of it. That and they're like well packaged. I mean, you're paying a lot for the packaging, I guess. Well, yeah, you've seen this one in person, Nana, so you know the level of confetti on this one. The whole damn painting. The whole thing. And it's like the same 10 colors of confetti. Well, actually, it's the same 34 colors, I think. They're all just beiges, browns, and tans, and various stages of off-white. Make sure I'm putting that in the right spot. Okay, yep. Oh, no, 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 no. That don't go there. That don't go there. It goes right in there. Come on, slide in. There you go. I saw somebody ask in one of the diamond painting groups, like, how do y'all get your squares to stay so straight and even on the lines? It's like easy. You start out your edge as straight as you can. Like when I do my edges along this side, I will take my ruler and I'll lay it right up against that side. And because there's that little bit of adhesive sticking out past the edge of the drill field, you can stick your ruler on that and it'll help hold the ruler in place. So you just stick your ruler down there and then you have a straight edge to go by. And then you do that edge with the ruler in place. And then that way, everything you do from that straight edge will be straight. And when you put your drills down, you just be extra, extra careful of where you're putting it in the grid. Squares are the easiest thing to keep straight. I will say, though, that DAC still doesn't do grid with their squares. And I have a hard time with DACs keeping them straight because they just do colored squares without the grid. So sometimes it's kind of hard for me to see where the colors swap and switch. Oh, I bet it was confetti, Diane. If you did it, well, yours is a cat. And then this one here is a close up of Hank. So I have all those little variations of color to makes up the fur. And it's just a lot of confetti. Like right now, I'm working in his inner ear. And it's got all that little fur in his ear and everything. And it's all confetti. Oh, thank you. No, Nana, I'll tell you what it is. I am just OCD about straightness. So I find ways to make sure that I keep everything as perfectly straight as I possibly can. And I can hardly even watch a YouTuber that, especially when they're doing rounds and they go multi-placing a bunch of them at once, and you can see like where they don't line up. Oh my God, I can't watch that. It makes it, oh. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. And since I'm not one who's going to talk the talk without walking the walk, I have to make sure that I keep mine as straight as possible so nobody can look at mine and go, well, see, you talk about other people not being straight, and you look at you. But yeah, that's the easiest way I can think of to do it. Either that, or if you have like washi tape, you can lay washi tape along that edge. Problem with washi tape is if you push against it, it kind of crinkles up a little bit. Um, so it doesn't provide that rigid of an edge to go by. Where, I have these metal rulers like this, And I can lay it down there like that and stick it on that little spot. And that's how I get my edges nice and straight. Yeah. If you have a straight edge to start with, then you have a straight edge to work off of. And if you really want to be technical, you could do it across one side and another. So you get yourself two rulers, work off the top and the one side. That way you have two sides that are straight that you can work off of, and it makes it even easier. But with rounds, the only tip I can give for rounds is start that way. But the only problem with rounds is you can put a straight edge along this side, but keeping them straight this way and keeping them spaced evenly, properly along that edge is what really makes the difference. And if you ever watch me do a round, you will notice almost every drill I put down, I will sit there and straighten it until I know that my rows up and down and left and right are all perfectly straight before I move on to the next one. But I'm just OCD like that. Yes, checkerboarding, 100%, especially when I'm doing rounds. Checkerboarding helps immensely. Hank and Aria, where are they? Hank is laying down on the floor over here behind me, sulking because he has not had GOOD, FOOD in 2 days. And he doesn't know that I went to the store and bought some today because I found some money that I had stashed away, that I'd forgotten I had stashed away. So he's sulking because he doesn't know that I bought it yet. And he won't know until I get done with the live and I go to give him some, and then he can be my Mr. Happy again. Aria she was here when I started the live. I don't know where she went. She was up in the windowsill, but she's not up there now. She probably went to the bedroom because that's Aria's place. She stays in the bedroom most of the time. That's her domain. Hank not allowed. He don't even go in there. Like, Hank will not go into that bedroom. Nope. He will come and lay outside the door of the bedroom and look in. Aria has made it plain and clear that bedroom is her domain. Which kind of sucks because Hank used to always come and sleep on the pillow beside me until Aria took over the room. And now at night when I go to bed, it's kind of cute at night when I get ready to go to bed. I go in to take my dentures out and put them in the cup and everything. And Aria, when she sees me running there, she runs in behind me and jumps up on the counter and paces back and forth on the counter in front of me while I'm trying to, get my nightly things done before I go to bed. And then she follows me into the room and she jumps up on the bed and she paces along my side of the bed from head to toe, back and forth, pacing. And stopping every now and then and making her little biscuits. It's so cute. And poor Hank is laying outside the bedroom door looking in and watching it. He will not come in that room. If I pick him up and bring him in and set him down on the bed next to me, he'll stay there maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and then he's right off the bed and right back out the door. And he will lay there and he'll lay down right there outside the door and watch. But he won't come in that room. Now, I have woke up in the morning and Hank has been in the bed with me. So sometime during the night, he does come in and lay down in the bed, but I don't ever see it happen. Hello, Beth. I'm just glad you love it, Diane. I love my fireflies. They're so awesome. Hank. He just opened his eyes, looked at me, and grunted. He is not happy with me. I tried giving him treats twice today, and I put him down in front of him, and he just sniffs them and walks away. And that's not like him, like ever, to do that. Because that's not what he wants. He wants what he has not had in several days. So, and I've been telling him, I got no more. I ain't got none. You can get some when I get paid. He don't understand that. And I know he don't, but yeah, I ended up going and buying some today, so he'll get it tonight. He just don't know it yet. We're gonna let it be a surprise, and he can be all happy. And oh, Beth, you're doing the premieres too. Cool. I don't know about the Midwest, Jennifer. I used to be. I used to be in the upper Midwest in North Dakota when I started this channel. Um, I'm in Alabama now, so I'm in the South. But I'm in Central Time, if that's what you mean. But no, I'm not in the Midwest anymore. And Nana is about an hour and a half away from me, north in Alabama. Uh, Beth is Illinois. Yeah, but what part of the U.S., Diane? I can't remember. I want to say you're in the Northeast, aren't you? The lower Midwest. Or as we used to say about Delaware in the south end of Delaware, lower, slower Delaware. everything everything runs on a different time frame and down here than it does up there. As opposed to the the deeper south, which is actually the Gulf Shores. Oh yeah, lots of greenery, Jennifer. You'll never run out of it to look at until you get all the way down to the bottom of Alabama, and then you got the beach. That's pretty much it. That's Alabama for you. You got trees, Birmingham, and the beach. Yeah, you're in the Northeast. Okay. So yeah, we're from all over here, Jennifer. I don't think I have any West Coast. In fact, we even had two that were here from Australia. I don't know if they're still in here or not, but Koala Crafts and Aussie Collection are both Australian. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know where that is, Dreamer. I've been to there a bunch when I used to drive a truck. Basically, kind of like East St. Louis, Illinois. Ugh. Yep, I know where you're talking about. There we go. We got West Coast here, too. We got the West Coast represented, the East Coast, the Midwest, and the Deep South. Well, you're kind of more the Pacific Northwest, but still West Coast, one or the other. Either way. I remember back when the channel used to have like 40 people in here on any given Sunday night, and we had people from almost every state. It was nice. It's pretty awesome. Florida is its own entity, Beth. It's just Florida. Yeah, I miss those days when there was like 40, 50 people in here on Sunday nights. I really do. And I guess that's what I get for taking a year away from YouTube is just I lost a lot of audience. I've regained the subscribers. Like I had 1,700 and some before I left, and I dropped down to like 1,500 after being gone about a year, and I'm back up to 1,700 and something now. Um, I'm almost able to monetize my videos. I do have the chat monetized, so you can give like super chats and super comments under the video, like after it becomes a video instead of a live. When you leave a comment, you can leave a super thanks. Um, I do have it monetized to that point, but I need another. I'm at 3,780 something watch hours in the last 365 days, and I need 4,000 in order to monetize the videos for ads so that I can make that kind of money. So I'm almost there, and I should be, if not before, I should be there um, right after Christmas or right thereafter is when I should hit that 4,000 watch hours the way it looks, because that's when I came back to YouTube was last Christmas Day. So, uh, and that'll be the last rolling 365-day period, and I'd be willing to bet I had 4,000 watch hours during that time, especially by the time I get there. Oh, I know the watch hours suck. It's not really hard to get the subscribers back, but those watch hours suck because it works off of a rolling 365 days and not like, of all time. Yeah, because when I left, I had like when I left, I was averaging like 5,000 watch hours over the last 365 days. So I was well ahead of where I needed to be. And I came back and I hardly had any watch hours over the previous 365. I still had some because I didn't quite take a whole year. The last activity had been in February of 22, and I think it was February. And I came back at Christmas, so I still had a couple of months worth of watch hours to build off of. But back then, when we were running 40, 50 people during the live, I was getting something like 90 watch hours every live. And I'm not getting near that. And now that I've cut the live back to 2 hours instead of 3, um, I'm getting even less. But that's what my channel was originally supposed to be. My live, when I first started going live way back in 2019, I originally had only intended on going live for 2 hours. And the very first night just lost track of time and ended up going 3. And it was so much easier than I'd expected it would be. So then, oh, oh my Lord, Debbie, thank you so much. Wow, that was unexpected. Thank you. It's awesome. Hank will very much appreciate treats. He always appreciates treats unless they're trying to be given in lieu of the GOOD, and then he does not want them. But that's very seldom that happens. But I forgot that there was 31 days in the rest of the month, and I planned on 15 days worth of food, and I forgot to buy the couple extra cups to make it 15 days. Because you can buy them by the box of like 24, and that gives me 12 days. So I give each one of them a full single serve cup, and what I could start doing, because they never eat the whole thing anyway, I could start breaking those single serve cups up into half and give half to one, half to the other. And then I would only need, 12 cups would last me 12 days. 24 would last me 24 days. And it'd be a whole lot less wasted cat food. Yes, Arkansas is central. Yeah, I should, Nana. I should definitely hit the watch hours during the premieres. That's, if not before. Like I said, I'm very, very close. I mean, I'm super close to it. I'm at 3,700, so I needed 300 more watch hours. And I'm going to tell you what made a huge, uh, what made a huge difference was that first Firefly video I made. Oh my Lord, that thing took off. I've never had a video take off the way that one did. Let me go in and look at the analytics on that one real quick, and I'll tell you. Go to content. It's still my most watched video ever. I published it on March 24th this year. It's had 11,117 views, all of them organic. The next closest one in views is one that I uploaded when I unboxed the Magic Castle from Royal in 2020. It had 4,660 views since 2020. It hadn't even been a full year on that Firefly one, and I've already got 11,000. And up until sometime last month, I was checking it, and that was still my daily performer. It was performing daily, like still getting 28 to 30 views a day. That video just took off. Matter of fact, it's still in the last 48 hours. That video has gotten 15 views. And the other one that has been getting views this week has been the other Firefly video. Hello, T-Mall. Welcome into my little world over here. That's awesome, Dreamer. We're going to have you in the premieres this year. That's cool. I'm going to tell you, I was surprised, but what I did was I had asked, I asked her permission before I posted in her group, and I posted my unboxing of these when I got them, and she was like, "Yeah, go for it. Post it in our group, you know." And I posted it there, and it just took off after that. Oh, cool. Enhancement sets. Ooh. Did you all ever work on the Hannah Lynn astronaut girl? I think that's what it's called. Space Explorer, I think, is the name of it. Did y'all ever do that one? I haven't had a chance to look and see. Because I really would like to see an enhancement done on that one. I'm still sitting here trying to figure out what I would do with it if I could. Now, some of it's going to get neons for sure. Hi, Cheryl. I know you can hear me. If you can hear me. Oh, cool. I know I have Firefly, and that one there, I swear you could just do in straight up neons and it would look gorgeous, especially if you have a black light and you can like hang the black light over top of the painting when you're done, and it would just glow in all these nice, bright, brilliant neon colors. Because I ordered a neon. I ordered one of every base neon color from you, Nana. I still or Tmall, and I need to just go in and order the rest of them at some point. Yes, thank you for putting that there, Nana. Hold on a second here. Oh, pop open the. Oh, that's right. Here we are. The one thing I will say, Tmall, though, you have listed in your neons, you have the 553 jellies listed. They don't really glow in the black light at all. But the rest of these just brilliantly glow when you throw a black light over them. Like all of these just glow brilliantly bright in a black light. Except for that purple one. See, I just wanted to let you know that it's listed under neons, the 553 jellies. I mean, maybe they actually do, but they just don't grow. They just don't like light up brilliantly bright under a black light like the rest of them do. They might have the faintest of little purple glow to them. And maybe once I've got them on a canvas with all the rest, and then I hold a flat black light over it, maybe I'll see it. That may be what I need to do. I just haven't put them on a canvas yet because I'm trying to figure out which one I'd do it with. But yeah, there's all my T-Mall drills, except for I've got some quad cube ice somewhere around here. A couple of packets of those. Yeah, actually, those are all jellies, and they have a white. Like you see that one there has the white backing on it, and they're like jellies. Where the purple one is like a jelly, but it has the silver backing on it. Ah, yeah, see, I got some of them too. I love that frost crystal AB. Those are so awesome looking. Because the AB isn't on the outer coating like it is on like DAC drills. It's actually on the shiny part inside the clear glass. So it's just so neat the way they look. And they fit in really well on that painting, the Christmas painting I did last year. I used them in the snowflakes. On the Christmas painting I did last year. Matter of fact, let me go grab that out of there. Got it in here somewhere. I've got so many paintings. All right then. I took it down after Christmas last year, and I rolled it up, but I don't know where I put it. It's in the closet somewhere. Beth, yes, they should. I mean, dog might pee on them, but I mean, for the most part, they should leave them alone. I mean, no, I've got my Christmas cactus that I keep outside during the summer, and I just brought it in because it's starting to get cooler here at night, and it was starting to look a little wilty, and so I brought it in, and cats don't mess with it. And I've also got my ghost plant, and the cats don't mess with it, and it sits on the floor right by the front door. They have rubbed on it and knocked some of the little leaf things off. But it's really looking nice still. Can't see it on the camera. There we go. There it is. Still looking really nice, but they've rubbed on it over here because these little leaves will pop right off. I mean, they don't take much. And the cats have rubbed on it and knocked some of these off over here. And they're laying on the floor, but otherwise they don't mess with it. Yeah, I think they have like a natural instinct that there's something in it. They don't like the smell of it either, so they don't mess with it. Once I get these 7-pot Primo peppers grown, well, y'all can see me now. Hi. Once I get these 7-pot Primos grown, I dare them to mess with. Let me see here. Oh, my jalapenos are sprouting. Cool, cool, cool. All right. These 4 here. Oh, and there's one sprouting right here. Cool. Okay. The ones that all have toothpicks. All right, there we go. The ones that all have toothpicks are 7-pot Primo. This one already sprouted and it didn't make it. This one, same thing. It already sprouted. It didn't make it. Because when it sprouted, the seed itself stayed attached to the end where the leaves are. And I didn't realize you have to pull that off yourself in order for it to stand up straight and pop the leaves out. So, but these 5 sections right here are all jalapenos. A customer gave me some jalapenos, and I sliced one open, and I took all the seeds out. I've still got some seeds laying here from where I took the seeds out of it. And I planted 5 of them just to see how they would come up. But these here are, the pepper itself is the one that was tested out to 1.5 million Scoville units, which is right on par, almost equivalent with the Carolina Reaper. So when these grow up, and I have them in the house because they're not going to be outdoor plants, they're going to be indoor plants grown under a grow light. I dare the cats to mess with that plant. As the old saying goes, they'll only do it once. Poor Hank learned his lesson. He learned his lesson about hot things. not to go sniffing around my chicken wings, because that wasn't a very pleasant experience for him. Poor guy. I felt so bad for him. So if y'all don't know the story yet, I never posted it to YouTube, but I did on my Facebook, my personal Facebook page. Back when the season premiere for the final season of uh, Game of Thrones came out, Buffalo Wild Wings did a promotion, and they had a flavor that was limited edition called Dragonfire wings. And I didn't even know at the time that they were ghost pepper sauce. So I ordered them. I'm figuring, if this is such a big promotion for them, that they want it to be most widespread, that they're not going to just like cater to the people that can eat the hottest of wings, right? Nope, that's what they did. They catered to the people that can eat the hottest of wings. And I ordered a half a dozen of them. And I got them out and I opened them up. I was sitting there at my desk and I opened them up, and Hank come over and started sniffing, and he got his nose in some of the sauce. And of course, like any animal tries to lick it off of his nose, which made it even worse. The poor cat was running around snorting for like a half hour. And then I recorded a video of myself eating the first one, and I was literally in tears. That was hot. And now since then, I've done the one chip challenge twice, and I've got a third one sitting here to go do. I've done the Toe of Satan, which is the world's hottest lollipop. I've got all kinds of hot sauces, and I was bringing them out last week during the live. Y'all got to see it then. All of my hot sauces, and now I'm growing 7-pot primos, which I have decided, since I'm at least going to have 4 bushes, maybe 5 of them, and they will probably be pretty prolific fruiters. I'm probably going to make some hot sauces, some batches of hot sauce up. I've been watching some YouTube channels on how to ferment your peppers and then turn them into hot sauce. So I may do that with a bunch of them. Alrighty, Nana. Have a good night. We'll talk at you again later. You know where I'm at. Your Boston Terrier loves hot peppers. He shops your garden. Oh, wow. That's different. I would never thought of that. Because that's the precise reason why peppers are hot, is because that's the plant's way of protecting its own offspring, basically. The seeds are its offspring, and they're contained inside the pod. So the plant guarantees its survival by making the seed container be hot like that to anything that might try to harm the plant. And the more stress you put a pepper plant under while it's growing, the hotter the peppers will be. Thank you, Nana. Hank, what are you doing, weirdo? He goes, he's weird. Okay, like when I give him treats and food at night when he gets done eating, he goes right over to the front door of the apartment and sticks his nose right up against the door seal on the side that the knob is on, and just sits there with his nose stuck there. And he will just sit there for like an hour with his nose just planted in the door seal. Yeah, I would have been shocked too, Debbie, watching a dog eat a hot pepper. That's so now, y'all. What I've done with this one is I forgot I had done it, but I'm looking at it now and I can see it, and I think that's what I'm going to do. When I finish this 10 by 10 section right here, I've already cut around the edges of the Hank part of it. The rest of it is just background. And the rest of the Hank part of it goes like right here, like this. So what I may do is I may just start peeling that part off and working on that part. And I'm going to get the Hank portion of it done before I do the rest of the background stuff. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I can. I sent you a pic of your Brandywine tomatoes. All right, let me take a look at Beth's Brandywine tomatoes. Oh, I need to plug my phone in. Think. Okay. Let's see. Oh, look at your tomatoes. You ought to stake those up so that they don't hang like that. I don't see any tomatoes on your Brandywine tomatoes plant, though. Where's the tomatoes, Beth? Or did you eat them all already? There's Beth's tomato plant. Oh, no, I can't do that. There is Beth's tomato plant. And there's another picture of Beth's tomato plant. And her dog checking out the tomato plant. Ah, yeah, that's what my peppers are going to be growing in the closet in the spare bedroom under a glow light or under a grow light. And once the bushes get too big to keep in the closet, Paul's just going to have to accept the fact that there's going to be a grow light hanging in that bedroom from the ceiling. As when he comes to stay, there's going to be big pepper plants there in the room with him. Won't the basement be too cool? I mean, because I know basements, unless you've got a finished basement and you've actually got heat run down there to it. But tomatoes like temperatures like between 70 and like 85 or something. And I would think a basement would be too cool to be conducive for pepper or for tomato growing. Now look at me, I just started all those pepper seeds. Hold on a second here. Ah. All right, there we go. Present, share screen, share, and add to stage. There we go. These are what I'm growing. These are 7-pot Primo peppers. Aren't they just glorious looking? That stinger on the end. They're an offshoot, well, they're a crossbreed from a Trinidad scorpion pepper and something else. I can't remember what he said he crossed them with. It's one of the hottest peppers in the world. And to give you an idea, like it says here, the 7-pot Primo comes in around 1.5 million Scoville heat units, making it one of the hottest peppers ever officially tested. A habanero is 250,000 and a jalapeno is only 5,000. So imagine something that is 300 times hotter than a jalapeno. And yes, there was some controversy between the 7-pot Primo and the Carolina Reaper because they do look very, very similar. Ed Curry created the Carolina Reaper. He created it as a cross between a Pakistani Naga, which is a ghost pepper, and a Caribbean habanero called La Soufriere. The 7-pot Primo is a cross between the Trinidad 7-pot and the Naga Morage peppers. I can't wait till mine grow and I get to try one. Oops. And remove. There we go. Oh, I love jalapenos. And I just introduced Nana and Dawn Marie to the joys of jalapeno. Well, I don't know about Nana, but Dawn Marie. I was talking about it. I can't remember where I was talking about it. And Dawn Marie was like, oh, I put it on my Facebook that I was eating a peanut butter and jalapeno jelly sandwich. And it is just the striking, it's just the perfect mix of salty, sweet, and spicy, all mixed into one. And it's not super spicy because the sugar in the jelly brings the heat way down. So it's like, it's almost as hot as those little cinnamon red hots you get at Halloween or at Valentine's Day. They're about the same heat level as those, but that jalapeno flavor and then a sweetened jalapeno flavor on top of that with the sweetness of the jelly, it's so good. Yeah, jalapeno jelly is so good. And I was telling them about it, and Dawn Marie and Nana messaged me, and she goes, "Is this the kind of jelly that you got?" And I was like, "No, I got a different brand, but jalapeno jelly is jalapeno jelly, I would imagine." And they picked some up, and they said, "Well, if she don't like it, she wants to know if you want the rest of the jar." And I'm like, "Yeah, oh yeah, I'll take it." And she messaged me back a little bit later. No, it was last night during T-Mall's Live. And Dawn Marie says, "Oh, by the way, Dave, you're not getting the rest of this jalapeno jelly." There's Hank. There's Hank. Hi, buddy. Yeah, I know. I know. Guess what? It is about time, isn't it? Huh? Yeah, it is. Yeah. I've been live for 2 hours and 7 minutes now already, bud. You coming up to remind me that it's time to be done? Is that it? Because there's something that you want that you don't even know that I have, but you just assume that I do? Huh? All right. All right. Well, let me tell all of our friends good night, okay? And then I'll go check and see if I have some. All right. He's just gonna sit here and hi. He's just gonna sit here and stare at me now because he assumes that I have something he wants at this time of night, but he doesn't know yet that I don't have it, even though I didn't have it last night and the night before. But he doesn't know that I do have some now. So we'll go. I'll go look and see if I have some here as soon as I say goodnight to everybody. Okay, bud? Hmm? Oh, you sent me some pics of the brandy wines. All right. Oh, wow. They're like purple. That's cool. They're like big. Oh, they're big tomatoes too. That's that's what Beth is growing right there. But the next picture is really cool because they're like purple, purple tomatoes. Oh, Ashley, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How are you doing? You doing all right? Pink. Pink tomatoes? That would be weird. Pink tomatoes. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. Y'all are just having a time. No, I hope it's not a spider bite. I mean, I hope it's not staph either. But I mean, either one can be just as bad. The spider bite is harder to treat, though. It's past your new bedtime. I still don't have a new bedtime yet, but I will be going seek help for the. Um, I will be going to seek help for the ADHD thing here very soon. One of my coworkers gave me the name of his doctor, who gives him Adderall, and he said it's not that hard to get on it. He said the doctor sits you down and puts you in front of a computer, and you got to like take this test, and depending on how you score on that test, it's how whether or not you get the Adderall. So, and it's like an ADHD quiz. I'm not exactly sure what an ADHD quiz consists of, but I'm pretty sure the last question would have to be, do you remember what the first question of this test was? Oh yeah, I would say that definitely looks like a bite. Mm. I have one pretty much in the same spot. Is that on her forearm? Because I have one pretty much in the same spot. I had it right here. You can still see the scar from where it was, like right there. It actually swelled up and got really big around, like the size of a dime. And the top of it got a circle on the top of it that was flat. It was like a flat top on it. And that circle on the top was black. It was all this, it was just necrotic skin. It was from some kind of a bite. Oh, Beth sent a photo. Oh, wow. Those are cool, Beth. I mean, they look like red tomatoes, except the skin is a little lighter. It almost looks like a satin sheen on the skin. But the black ones are cool. Wow. Oh, that's your leg. Okay. Yeah, it sure does look like a spider bite. I wouldn't want to venture and say which kind, but there's really only two that would cause a swelling like that, and that's the black widow and the brown recluse. Um, if it had to be one or the other, I would hope it's a black widow because there are no known cases of black widow spider deaths in the U.S. At least no documented cases of it. Um, Typically, it just causes like muscle cramping and stuff like that for several days after the bite. But black widow or a brown recluse, their venom is a uh, it actually causes necrosis of tissue. So when they bite and inject the venom on the inside, the tissue inside where the venom went starts to die, and it ends up causing an abscess that will turn into sepsis if left untreated. So as long as you get to it pretty quickly after the bite occurs, you're okay. But that's what causes death in brown recluse bites. Their venom isn't strong enough to kill you, but the damage that it does inside your skin, um, because of what the venom actually does to your tissue, is what causes the death over time, and it's due to going into septic shock. Yeah, I saw that, Beth. Them black ones are pretty. Oh, I'm sure if it's swelled up like that, I'm sure it probably is. I mean, it's fever is just a sign of the body trying to fight off an infection, so that makes sense. So yeah, well, I hope she's going to be okay. Keep us informed. All right, y'all. It is time for me to head off of here. and go give Hank what he's been waiting on, because he's been a good boy. He's been waiting 48 hours now. So yes, of course, yes, do so. Please do that. So I will catch y'all next Friday. I'm sorry, next Friday? No, no, it won't be next Friday. Um, Next Sunday night. Yeah, I heard you, Hank. Yes, have a great week, y'all. It's going to be a good week for me. Like I said, I'm going to finish my route out this week. I'm going to finish that out Monday and Tuesday. I got everything that's left on my calendar for the month scheduled, so all I got to do is go work it and then start getting myself prepared to train for my little promotion job. So until I see y'all again next Sunday, rock on, y'all, and roll tide.